In the U.S., we've gone gun crazy. Everyone is yelling at each other over laws governing who can buy guns. But not so many people know this interesting fact about gun law in the U.S. The government has no power to recall defective guns. The feds have more control over recalling defective toy guns than they do over recalling defective real guns. For real. International Business Times has a story about a woman whose gun accidentally discharged when she dropped it. She ended up with a bullet in her liver. Guns are not supposed to just go off when you drop them. That's defective. So the woman filed a lawsuit against the gun manufacturer, Taurus. They ended up settling out of court. When the woman confronted one of the execs told her that they had no intention of doing a recall, even though it turns out she was hardly the only person to say their guns were defective. Many more have claimed Taurus guns to be defective. And one case even ended with an 11-year-old boy being killed. Still, the company refused to recall any guns, even though their CEO admitted in a court of law that one of his guns could fire if accidentally dropped. It took a class action lawsuit brought by a cop to get Taurus to finally recall almost 1 million of their guns for being defective. But the feds couldn't make them do that, because that's not how gun laws work in the U.S. Toy guns, paintball guns, hot glue guns, they are all subject to federal authority, which can force their recall if defective. But not real guns. If real guns are known to be defective, the feds cannot force manufacturers to recall them. It's totally up to the manufacturers to decide what to do. And if they do decide to recall defective guns, there are no mandatory procedures they must follow, like alerting people who bought them. Since the 1970s, Congress has consistently written special law provisions that exempt firearms from regulation, including when they're defective, thanks largely to the lobbying efforts of the NRA. Now, with the country gone absolutely crazy over gun control, I'm not going to sit here and try to say whether or not the government should regulate guns more or less. That's a losing battle. But whether or not they should regulate defective guns should be a no-brainer. Unfortunately, when it comes to talking about guns, America has no brain left whatsoever. Either side of the table. Tonight, let's talk about that.